Today is Lamed Mar Cheshvan, Aleph de Rosh Chodesh, Kislev. Today is the 30th of Mar Cheshvan. It's the last day of the month of Cheshvan. And today is the first day of Rosh Chodesh of the month of Kislev, the month that we have Chanukah in. Baruch Hashem. Yeah. Baruch Hashem. So we were talking yesterday, what happens if someone turns bar mitzvah in a date that doesn't exist in the year of this bar mitzvah? Or what happens if he turns bar mitzvah in a month that doesn't exist in his bar mitzvah, the year of his bar mitzvah? That's what we spoke yesterday. Now we'll talk about a very interesting case that the Acharim talked today. In the past 30 years, right? There's direct flights all over the world. Right? You could fly 15 hours, 16 hours. I flew once to Chile, a long flight from Switzerland to Brazil, and then more. I had to put some fuel in the tank after all. Long flights. So what happens if someone was born on a certain day? Let's say his bar mitzvah is supposed to be on a Tuesday, okay? Whatever it is, it's on a Tuesday. And then in America, he's born in America. His parents tell him, listen, for your bar mitzvah, we're taking you on a trip to Australia. Okay, good, beautiful. But now the thing is that in Australia, when he's flying to Australia, when it's Tuesday in Australia, what is it in America? Monday or something? It's a day difference. He went across the date line or whatever it's called. Here. Date line, yeah. Yeah. It says here that in Australia is a day before America. Okay? It's a date before America. So when is bar mitzvah? Or the opposite. He's an Australian boy. He was born in Australia. Okay? And now his bar mitzvah is going to be in America. So is his bar mitzvah a day later? Or no? Fine, it's like here. So the poskim, they talk here and there, back and forth. The mitzvah, what we do today, is some poskim say, by the way, I'll say what they say because it's a very interesting case. It depends how you flew. How you flew there, what direction. If you went west, you went from LA west towards the Far East, the other way, right? So you're going, what are you doing? You're going with the time. No, you're going against the time. Then you're going against the time. Then you're going back in time. But if you're going east, you're going with the time. It's just that you have a shorter day. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's how the person can say that. It depends what way you flew in. But he brings in the name of Rav Yishai Tokayer. That doesn't make a difference. It just makes a difference where you are at the day of the bar mitzvah. When were you born? You were born Lamed Kislev. So Lamed Kislev, wherever in the world, when it's Lamed Kislev, the 30th of the month of Kislev, whatever, Lamed Cheshvan, whatever, yeah? Whatever the month is, whatever the date is, wherever you are, that's your bar mitzvah. So that's one interesting case. Another interesting case that could happen, if a person's bar mitzvah is on a certain day, okay, it's on a Tuesday, and then he flew to Australia, and now it's Monday. Is he bar mitzvah or not bar mitzvah? The place can say he's bar mitzvah. Why? Because he was bar mitzvah already. Period. You don't go back on your bar mitzvah. It's a very interesting case. This, by the way, the dateline thing is a big issue with all kinds of other cases. For example, a woman counting for Nida, 7 days she's counting. So if she's going one way, it's a day earlier. If she's going a different way, it's already a day later. So how does she count her 7 clean days? So the 7th day, the 6th day, they just go by the sunlight. If she counts by the Kitzur, halachic issues. Also regarding Sfirat HaOmer. Yeah, regarding Sfirat HaOmer. Regarding flying on Erev Shabbos. And then at a certain point in the air, you're right now it's Shabbos. Well, you can continue flying, and right now it went back to Friday again, so I'm fine. What's going on, Kiri? What do you do? So I'm not gonna. The poskim might say that don't cause these problems to happen. Like in Sfira Sama, for example, you might be missing the brachas from now on until the end of Sfira, just counting without a bracha. And for Nida issues, so it depends if it's counting the days or if it's the days of Prisha, days of separation. So it depends. Certain things go by days, and certain things go by dates, which is different. So whatever, if you have an issue like that, just contact us on the email, and we'll figure it out for you. Okay, B'ezrat Hashem. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to touch a subject which is very sensitive. It says in Shulchan Aruch, we're learning Siman Nun Hey, 55, Halacha Yud Aleph, Seif Yud Aleph 11. It says, Avaryan shavar al gzerat tzibur, or shavar avera, im lo nidu nimne leminyan asara. It's brought down like this in Sefer HaManhig, named Rashi. Okay, so very old books. That someone who's an avaryan, he transgressed a gzerat tzibur, something that the congregation needs to keep, right? The rabbi's decreed a decree or whatever, and he did a big avera. Okay, and it says here, if he's not menudeh, expelled, you say expelled, excommunicated. If he's not excommunicated, so then he can still join the minyan. Remember, we're talking about who could join a minyan. Nowadays, we have interesting cases because we have all kinds of people who they don't keep Shabbos, they don't keep the kosher, but they want to come now, and they want to, let's say their parent died, they want to say Kaddish. Okay? But there's only 10 people. Are they part of the minyan? Could they not be part of the minyan? There's all kinds of... It's very sensitive, this case. The poskim say that if someone is married to a non-Jew, he cannot join a minyan, period. There's no one who's lenient about this. If someone is married to a non-Jew, he cannot be the 10th person of a minyan. I like to be very kind with everyone, but sometimes I have to be a bit harsh and say the truth. He cannot join the 10th. He cannot be the 10th. If there's only 10 people, there's no minyan. If the guy is married to a shikta, to a goya. What about regarding keeping Shabbos or not keeping Shabbos? That's already a lot more lenient. Why? Because everyone in our generation who doesn't keep Shabbos, everyone in our generation, almost everyone, who doesn't keep Shabbos, is considered a tinok shenishba, which means he has no idea. And that's why he doesn't keep. If he knew, he would keep. Everyone here who would not keep Shabbos knows that once he knew, he started keeping Shabbos. Right? Very simple. Wasn't so complicated, right, Ruben? Before you knew, you didn't know, and after you know, you want to keep it. That's so complicated. Okay? Then in the Mordechai Eliyahu Paskins, he says as a tshuva about this, that if someone, he comes to shul, for example, on Shabbos, he goes to shul on Shabbos, he's already considered he's part of a minyan, no problem. Or even if he doesn't go to shul on Shabbos, let's say he smokes a cigarette on Shabbos, and a big Rav will pass by and he'll be embarrassed a little bit, he'll hide the cigarette. Already he's in the minyan, no problem. He shows that he has a burning thing in him. The soul is still alive. Something in there is alive. Okay? So we could be lenient for a minyan in many cases. I said already, the case that we're not lenient about is a case that a person who's a man, a Jewish man who's married to a non-Jew, okay? In that case, we cannot be lenient and he cannot join, unfortunately, he cannot join a minyan. That's the case. Just if I already mentioned this, I'll mention another part that the poskim say regarding Yain Nesach. We know that someone who's mechalel Shabbat v'farhesya, meaning he doesn't care to transgress Shabbos, to violate Shabbos in public in front of other 10 Jewish men, doesn't mind. So we know there's a halacha that if he touches wine, the wine cannot be non-mevushal wine which was not pasteurized. Yeah, so other Jews cannot drink from that wine. Right? That's halacha. But Mordechai Eliyahu says the same situation. And the Chazon Ish, even the Chazon Ish, who was considered machmir, right, a strict, he also passed on the same thing. Mordechai Eliyahu brings him down also, and he says that someone who's a tinok shenishba doesn't have these laws. Only just make sure that he doesn't pour the wine. But if he touched the wine, even if it's not mevushal, okay? If a person is tinok shenishba and he comes to shul, he would come to shul. He doesn't mind. He loves Hashem. He wants to keep here or there. He doesn't know so much. So you could be lenient, meaning don't be. There was a clip that I saw, a very funny clip about this guy who tried to. His wife went away or something for the weekend. And you saw that thing? Yeah. Very funny clip. And he's hosting someone to do kiruv on him. Kitson, and one of the funny parts is that he brings wine, which was not pasteurized, onto the table, and the student or whatever, this guy is not keeping Shabbos anything. He comes to take from the wine. And he's like, no. It's like that guy. It looked like he was not getting any close to Judaism because after that Shabbos. But yeah, we have to be sensitive in these things. You can't be chotech. There's certain cases which we will be, but some cases we could be lenient, and you have to know when to be lenient. It's a big thing to know how to be lenient. Baruch Hashem. Zad Hashem, next week on Yom Rishon, hopefully, God willing, we'll be learning about when you have a minyan. So if they're not all standing in the same place, let's say we have a room and we have 3 people here, 3 people there, 3 people there. Is it considered minyan? Not considered minyan? What happens if we have 9 here and 1 in the room and we see him and everything's fine? Is it part of the minyan? So we see Shulchan Aruch talks on about this, and Zad Hashem, next week we'll learn it forward. Zad Hashem. Shabbos. Chodesh Tov.